Hey guys, my name is David.
My name's Alexis,
And this is my
story.
I grew up in a small town.
I grew up in a Latino family.
I grew up with 3 brothers.
Growing up, I was recognized as the girl with the super nappy hair.
Back in grade school, I was fairly unpopular.
I definitely started experiencing feelings of loneliness.
I got so lost hanging out with drug dealers, people who drank and party all the time.
I just felt a sense of loneliness and pain, and it was really overwhelming.
broken and I was sad and I felt like a disappointment constantly.
I wanted to make everyone happy at my school, so I became two-faced. I could please everyone that way.
No side knew who I was completely.
Countless times of crying alone in my bedroom and countless times of facing fear.
I looked to satisfy all of my lostness and depression and identity issues in the relationships I was in, and whoever would love me most.
Constant battle of me fighting and proving myself that I'm good enough in society. I was beginning to feel really tired of doing this.
I was in desperate need of help, and that's when I started to find myself questioning my whole existence and who I was, and even if I was doing the right thing.
So I just gave it to God, but I guess I didn't really have faith that He would change anything. But then He did.
And it was at that moment of nothingness that I realized I needed God.
I remember looking up and crying out to God.
During my sophomore year of high school, I encountered God's power.
A woman named Alex, she began to meet up with me.
My roommate at the time asked me to come to a Cru weekly meeting with her, and this woman, Leah, asked me to get coffee with her.
Little did I know, these guys that had cared for me and loved me and pursued me were Christians.
He took me under his wing and began to show me and teach me about the Bible.
I found support through the people in this place.
And I got a clearer picture of who God was because they were so passionate about Jesus and following Him. And I found myself more fixated on this community, and I wanted to know more about God through them.
I started to learn more about the overwhelming and unsurpassing love of God, and I started to unclench my fists from trying to prove my worth.
It showed me that I wasn't the only person alone facing something that was painful and hard at the moment.
I began to see how God had intervened in my life on multiple occasions at the perfect time. I simply just didn't notice Him doing it.
I felt loved. I felt like I didn't need to lie to Him.
But I remember realizing that I don't have to be put together to be forgiven and loved. I mean, that's what Jesus came to do. Jesus came so I could be forgiven and loved despite my brokenness.
I learned that God sees me and loves me and made the ultimate sacrifice for me through His Son, Jesus, because He wanted to be with me.
He wanted us to be close to Him again. So He wanted to give us an option. He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die on a cross and bridge that gap.
Finally realized that I think the sense of loneliness and the sense of lostness that I experienced, both were met in this person of Jesus.
The moment I gave my burdens to God, I just felt His presence, His comfort, and His wholeness.
I heard God say, "You are my child. I love you. Follow me wholeheartedly. Seek and you shall find. You are a man of God."
The successes and the materialistic things I have here on earth are all temporary, but a relationship with Him is everything to me now.
Because God sent Jesus to die for me on that cross, I am left feeling free from sin.
I feel at peace. I feel like I can relax.
This heavy weight was lifted off my shoulder.
I no longer had to worry about what mask I was wearing or what face I was showing.
Being able to wake up and look in the mirror, and instead of seeing a disappointment, seeing a loved and valued daughter of the King.
I'm really glad to be where I am today compared to 3 years ago.
It's not been easy at all, but it's been so worth it to me.
Before God, I felt empty and lost, and now I feel whole. I feel warm feeling in my heart. I feel joy, and I feel super loved.
Jesus, Jesus, how I trust you. How